Welcome to the Miles Pod Morning Money Show with my man, the Baron of Omaha, Monty Shockley, the CEO and founder of Shockley Intellectual Capital. How are you, sir?
I am fantastic and a survivor of the solar eclipse we had yesterday.
I got a treat for you, sir. Are you ready to watch the greatest YouTube commercial of all time?
So show me the greatest YouTube commercial of all time.
This guy is from Chicago, and this is a classic. I'm telling you, people got to remember this. All right, watch this.
Let's see what we got here.
Why leave anything on your front lawn, under your porch, on the side of the highway where you can store all that stuff my way? Down here at Jones' big-ass truck rental and car store. Now, I know y'all got stuff at your house that you don't need no more, you don't want. You know you ain't going to use that printer. Why keep it all around your house? Bring it down here to my house.
And storage?
You know you're going to use that ugly yellow luggage. You don't need all this crap. What you going to do with this? This is not what it... In my yard, I don't care. I'll store this motorcycle in that van for you for $10.99 a month. You got old tires. They charge you $3 for that old tire. You can rent a truck. You can store a car. They don't care. Bring it on down here. You ain't got to put that old tire for $3. For less than that. Hell, for you, for $3, they going to charge you. I do it down here for $1.50 down here at Jones' big-ass truck rental and storage facility. Now, friends, you may ask yourself, how in the hell can he store this stuff for such a cheap price? This in a box, mark it for you, put it away, seal it. The fact of the matter is, I'm pretty drunk right now and store it. And this is a drunk discount sale down here at Jones' big-ass truck rental and car facility. You got an elephant. I got space. Send me smoke signals. You got weed, and I'll store anything you want. Go ahead and give me a call or find me on them internets at www.jonesbigasstruckrentalandstorage.com. That's JONES, big-ass truck rentals and storage.com. This is a bus. You know how big a bus is?
I mean, that's amazing. Like
Jones big ass truck rental. And
so today's the day. I've got my RTA mock system.
Well done. Absolutely. Draw me in for $10.99 a month. This was you got junk before it got junk. He had a 708 area code, by the way, in Chicago. That is a gem right there. It is very hard to find 708 phone lines.
Well, he created a character, right? He created a character and he sold it, and then he made the business memorable, right? It wasn't it wasn't Jones's truck rental and storage. He added the taboo statement so that it'll stick out in your mind. And then he made it into almost like a song, almost into an ad lib, which just made it so funny.
Great job. Well done.
And now that guy, you actually probably want to go meet him. He's making himself a local celebrity just in that video.
I definitely want to know where Jones' big ass truck rental is. since I am from Illinois myself, I want to know exactly the location so I can get some pictures. I want to meet the guy. I want to know how he's been doing. I possibly want to make an investment in the company. I mean, the video itself is classic vintage.
Classic.
I mean, it just all around. It's all cylinders, and it was funny. So he did a great job.
All right, moving on to the greatest infomercial of all time.
Okay, the greatest infomercial of all time. Here we go.
Check this out.
Show it to me. Pottyputter.com.
You missed that putt again. You probably don't have enough time to practice. You can have more time to practice your putting with the Potty Putter, the amazing new toilet time golf game that lets you practice your putting on the potty. Your Potty Putter comes with its own putting green, made of the same professional carpet found at miniature golf courses. Now, practice your putting every time you take care of your other business. Just aim and shoot the ball into the cup. Just think, all that extra practice every time you visit the job. In no time, you'll shave strokes from your game. Just choke up on your putter and sink the ball. Over and over again. When you're bored in the bathroom, you rush, and that's unhealthy. But with the Potty Putter, you'll take the time to play with your putter. It's the most satisfying way to practice your game. Your Potty Putter is the perfect gift for the man on the go. He'll relax and think of you every time he practices putting. It's ideal for the executive washroom at the office. Look again how easy it is to practice your putting in the bathroom with the Potty Putter. Now improve your putting game with the Potty Putter for just $19.99. But wait, all now will include the doorknob hangers warning everyone not to disturb you while you're practicing your putting. The Potty Putter with the putting green, the putting cup and flag, 2 Potty Putter golf balls, the putter and do not disturb door hanger, all only $19.99. Don't limit your life to a tiny toilet. Let your imagination soar with a Potty Putter, the instant solution that lets you practice your putting every day.
Are you buying the Potty Putter?
Okay, so the pottyputter.com.
Want to know how to create awesome videos? Check out motionarray.com. You can do it too.
Pottyputter.com. I was willing to try it. And I think my kids would do it too. They would have fun using the bathroom, sitting on the pot, putting golf, wasting some time. And, I'd rather have them do that than sit on their cell phones and scroll through inappropriate videos.
But the reason why that product works is because it was before cell phones. But still, it's...
Right. I think they should relaunch. I think it's a good product. Especially Christmas gifts, people that I know who love golf, who just don't want to deal with
gag
stuff.
Gift. You're right. It's a great gag gift.
$19.99. The inflation, throw it at $25. I think I'm still a buyer. I put one in my bathroom right now. So kudos to the Potter. What is it?
The Potty Putter.
The pottyputter.com. Killing it. I like it.
The green, the club, the golf balls, and the do not disturb sign.
Grandpa's gonna put the do not disturb sign out there and just do his thing. I like it. Uncle Art, Uncle Fred, they would have loved that stuff.
That's gross, dude. You're getting pee and fecal matter all over that mat. That's a gross product, but I could see that being rehashed and sold.
You gotta have a pottyputter.com. At least one for the family. That's good stuff. Put it in the basement if you need to put it somewhere.
Classic infomercial pointed out all the things that you need to say in an infomercial to sell a product, but we have to come to the finale here, which is the greatest salesman of all time. You ready for this?
Greatest salesman of all time. What do we got?
Let's do this.
Let's see the video.
Good old Don West.
Don West.
West.
Here we go.
You ready?
Selling the baseball cards. Let's go. Let's see it.
Love it. Let's do this.
Don West.
Congratulations to the people who bought that one, and especially the people who bought it in quantity.
Now, we've got a deal right now.
Yeah, there he is.
We've got a deal. We've got a set deal.
We got a deal.
We're going to do for just a few people that is one of those that absolutely makes no sense whatsoever. None. Makes no sense whatsoever.
With his hand too.
Now, here's what we're going to do. Are you ready, gang? It's going to be a factory set or wax box special like you wouldn't believe. SF4393. We're going to start you off with a 1987 top set. Factory set. We got a 1990 Fleer factory set. We've got a 1989 Fleer factory set.
Want to buy
we got a 1994
a lot of cards, dude.
Factory set. We got a 1991 Score factory set. We've got a 1990 Upper Deck, a 1990 Upper Deck, a 1992 Donruss factory set. We've got a 1988
room in the camera angle
Donruss
to fit all the
factory
cards.
set. We've got a 1990 Donruss factory set. We got a 91 Donruss factory set. We got a 1989 Topps
each of those
factory
boxes,
set.
like,
We got a 1987 Fleer factory set. 1987 Fleer. We got a 1988 Fleer factory set. We got a 1990 Score factory set. We got a 1991 Fleer.
Yeah.
Make sure to keep this from falling here.
That is how you add value.
Everything's falling, guys. This is a wall of cards. Factory set. We got a 1990 Topps vending box looking for Frank Thomas rookies. Right there. We got a 1985. How long has it been since we had this? A 1985 Topps traded. But that's not all. We've got a 1987 Topps vending box. And then, just because we can, we've got a 1987 rack box with over 1,300 cards. A 1987 Topps rack box with over 1,300 cards. Are you ready for this, gang? We're going to give you the jumbo box, the vending boxes, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 factory sets, 17, 18 vending boxes, and a rack box. 19 sets and boxes, barely $10 a set. Barely $10 a set. Are you ready for this? $199. 19 cents, including 1987 Fleer. Now, I'm going to get a price guide out and book these out because this one here, we can actually book, and it is going to blow your mind when you see what this deal literally goes for. The 1987 Fleer alone on this, the 1987 Fleer set alone is over $50.
87 Topps rack, 87 Topps factory.
Amazing. Amazing.
There you go.
Now, why is that the greatest salesman of all time?
Emotion, enthusiasm, belief in your product. He knows it's valuable, and he's actually able to give the customer the experience, to share the excitement. He absolutely sold it. It was great on tonality. Eddie, what's his face? Belfour. The Wolf of Wall Street, you could hear him in there.
Yeah.
Gordy. You got the Grant Cardones in there. You got the Tony Robbins. He was just killing them all. Like, this had to have been where they got some of their material from. This guy's selling it like a pro.
He's got the voice of somebody selling hot dogs and beer at Wrigley Field.
Yeah, absolutely.
He's got that voice, but he's selling baseball cards.
He's selling baseball, the experience, the whole thing with that infomercial. He's not just selling trading cards. He's selling the experience. Like, you're going to be a baseball fan for life, and now this is a part of your experience. And he's stacking the boxes.
He's just stacking them, and you hear the weight of each box when he slams them.
Factory set boxes on top of that, not just one pack of cards like your Gary V's on eBay. We're talking big factory sealed boxes. So this is before they even get to the retail stores. He's buying them wholesale from the vendor, and he's just killing it. Absolutely killing it.
And then he says, let's get out the Beckett, which is the proof. So if you're skeptical on the price, right, he gets out the Beckett and he goes, just for this box alone, it's $50.
This one box alone, he's telling them it's $50
for the box. And then before that, he says, in here, you're going to find your Frank Thomas rookie card. So then he's like pointing out, like, if you're looking for this card, this is the box to get to find it. If that's what you may not want the other cards, but you're probably looking for the Frank Thomas. This is the box.
The Frank Thomas rookie card, what is that worth now? It's probably well over $200. That one card alone.
Yeah, exactly. And that's actually a good, like, even watching that now, $200, that's a good deal. For all those cards. I mean, and they kept pointing out, look at the wall of cards we have, folks. We have literally a wall of cards.
Right. It was so, and you could hear him. You could hear it. So you could hear the smack.
Right. Exactly. That was
crucial. Pay attention. Like, whoa. You just keep piling them. And that's how people, that's how you sell service now. That's how you sell value-added services, consulting. Like, you got to add something to the table, or else you're paying for jib jab. And what do I get? What do I get out of the deal? That guy showed this is what you get. Again, 708 number, shop at home, montage. To the hometown.
Chicago's the best, man. That was awesome.
Can't beat it. We're the best salesman in the world, period.
All right, next video. I want you to watch this and then explain what happens. This is a viral video that's going around of a guy who used a credit card to buy a commercial real estate property. Check this out.
Okay. So a guy buys a real estate property with a credit card.
He closes a big deal with a credit card.
Okay, this should be interesting. Let's roll the film. Let me see it. All right, already I'm sold because he looks very stoic, like he's been through 100 business deals.
I know he
What's
looks
this guy's name?
Well seasoned. I'm not sure actually.
He said, "You can't buy the Royal Trust building on a credit card." I said, "You're kidding me?" I had written one building, 65 million. I signed it.
You're kidding me?
I said, "Could you please call for authorization?" And it was a gold.
What you can do?
You can
call the credit card company for authorization.
You put all these lawyers and everybody here, and you're trying to close this on a Visa card? I said, "Yes." I said, "I have a gold Royal Trust."
But you get points. What do you mean?
You got the gold card.
I'm buying the Royal
Fire it up.
building.
I'm using your credit card.
What could be better?
Haven't paid for a flight since.
He said Cornelison is going to have a shit fit if he finds out. I said, "Well, I'm really sorry." He said, "Well, what just asked you to do this?" I said, "I'm glad you asked."
65 million.
I said, "You know what? They sent me my bill yesterday, and I paid it, and I brought it up to date. That means I won't get another bill for 30 days.
Here you go.
That's worth 1%. 1% is $650,000. And I said, "And by the way, I don't know whether you know it or not, but on a gold Royal Trust credit card, you get a 1% discount." That's 1.3 million.
So he got
You
2%
guys
off.
took 5 million out of my pocket. I'm taking 1.3 out of yours.
Good deal.
Wow.
Good deal. That is a savage move right there. I like that. I still don't. He did a good job.
So explain what happened and the whole breakdown of the deal.
So what that guy did, from what it looks like in the video, he had a credit card that was issued by the bank who was in that who owned that building, and they were selling the building.
That's crazy.
So he wanted to make that bank his tenant if he bought it so he could get his money back. That's first and foremost. He doesn't admit that in the video, but that's what he's doing. And then he got his 1%.
Oh, hold on. I didn't even realize that. Oh, I see what you're saying. By making the bank a tenant, technically he's getting his money back because they're paying him rent.
Because they're paying him rent. And maintenance and everything that you do to keep that building up it's a tax deduction. Like you can deduct those expenses.
Okay, so that was the part he didn't say, but go ahead, continue.
And then he went on to say that he's going to get, because he got an extra 30 days. So he got to source even more money because of the time value of money, right? I get an extra 30 days to actually come up with the cash to pay for the building. But if he swipes the card, he can get it today, right now, 65 million, because there's no limit on that credit card.
Right, because technically he's using the bank's own money,
right,
to buy the bank's property.
Exactly. He's using the bank's own credit to buy the bank building from them.
That is insane. Wow.
And then he's making the bank pay him the money back over time after he pays it off in 30 days.
So then he has a 1% like cashback reward, and then on top of that, he gets a 1% discount.
So he's going to get
on the purchase.
He's going to get 1% off for using his credit card. So that's the 650,000 on the 65 million, right? And then he's going to get whatever that other discount was. In cash,
it was just cashback.
It was just cashback bonuses and stuff like that, on top of extra points that the bank is also going to pay for it. That's why the guy said, "You're never going to have to be able to pay for another flight again."
Yeah, because you're getting $65 million in points, basically.
Yeah, so it was a flawless victory. The guy did his work, and then he actually had. While talking with the bank, he had the bank call themselves to figure out whether or not they could authorize the transaction.
That's crazy.
Imagine the CFO or the COO calling their own call center to verify if they can authorize the transaction, because the one who can approve it ultimately is on the phone. So they're not going to say nothing they can do. It's absolutely genius.
That's savage, dude.
Yeah.
That is elite deal making. Wow.
That's a serious Buffett move right there. That guy knew what he was doing. That's a smart old man right there.
Here's another gamble. Your thoughts on Dave Portnoy said on Twitter, "The greatest bet of my life. Thank you, UConn. Destroyed everybody and everything in their path. They'd win the tournament 100 out of 100 times, the biggest win of my life by a mile." He put a bet down that they would be the tournament winner. $600,000. And he got paid out $2.76 million.
Wow.
I mean, what does that do? Doesn't that just exacerbate everybody to just gamble now, knowing that you could literally win millions of dollars? I mean, but putting down $600,000 is a substantial amount of money for one game. That's insane, but this is where our culture is headed. But I mean, that's insane. Would you advise people to take advantage of these sports gambling app opportunities, even if they're high income people?
If you look at the sports betting and gambling culture over the past 5 years, you are absolutely correct. It's gotten exceedingly worse. And every sports club on earth is adding to the issue, because it's a very dangerous situation for most people. If he loses, if that guy who put that $600,000 bet down on UConn, if he loses his money, what has he lost? You know, if it's all his savings, he's done. He's not going to get it back. Behavior like this is absolutely out of control, and it's the reason why eventually a system will come into place. But be that as it may, what also happened was the state that he's gambling in got rewarded handsomely for his Yeah, because remember, gambling is a zero-sum game. So his
Arizona.
His wins are somebody else's losses. And then the state takes 20% of those losses and says that they're making an impact on the communities that they serve or that they govern over, which to me is not economic impact. You're just taking 20% of my money in a legal way. And that's what gambling is at this point in time.
It just seems like it's getting worse and worse, man, because
it is.
When you get people like him putting up $600,000, it right away people go into this I have to win big or win nothing type of mentality.
Right.
And he's an influencer. There's a reason why he posted this. I mean, who knows? He could even be co-opted by the sports gambling companies. I believe Barstool Sports has an affiliation with a company or they have their hand in something. Let's see. Keep hitting the microphone. Sorry. Barstool Sports Gambling. I wouldn't be surprised if there wasn't a connection.
Yeah, what they don't want to do is lose control over potential revenue from people doing it, just like alcohol. So rather than sit on the sidelines, they want to participate and facilitate the issue.
Yeah, here it is. So, sports and pop culture media company Barstool Sports Sunday officially announced, this is back in February of 2024, announced a new multi-year sports betting partnership with DraftKings. There you go. So he's a part of DraftKings. So it's in his best interest to put up $600,000. Who knows? DraftKings probably gave him the $600,000 to bet.
He could have been sponsored to make that bet. Absolutely.
Yeah.
But the fact that he won, I mean, that's a huge risk from a company standpoint, unless you're the one controlling the game, which makes people think, hey, what we're watching legitimate?
Yeah, I mean, they're the company that designed this whole app, so I'm sure they could give him analytics that say, hey, Dave, put the money that we're giving you onto this team. All our analytical people say they're going to win. That's what I'm saying. You never know, man. These people are manipulating the general public, but yeah, it would be nice to put down. Now, it wasn't exactly a miracle bet. I mean, he put down 600,000. He didn't put down $60. So
yeah,
it's a lot of money on one bet with no hedge.
If he's a wealthy guy and he has a budget for discretionary spending every year of $600,000, and then he made the bet and he said, well, I'm done for the year, and he stayed within budget, I have no problem with it. I just doubt that that's the case in this situation.
Right. Well, moving on to speaking of wealthy people and having discretionary budgets, the big billionaires of the world, Trump told them at his last fundraising gala at Mar-a-Lago that he was going to keep their taxes low. I guess the 2017 tax cuts, they're kind of expiring, so to speak. And so this is a big point of his new campaign efforts to raise these funds. Let's see. Trump's 2017 tax cut reduced income tax rates for the vast majority of Americans, including top earners and most lower income workers. Many of its provisions are set to expire in 2025, including a break for owners of so-called pass-through businesses. Entities that are not taxed because the profits flow through to the owners, who are individually taxed, that are favored by hedge funds, private equity partnerships, privately held companies. The liberal-leaning nonpartisan Center for Budget and Policy Priorities has estimated that extending the pass-through deduction would cost the government $700 billion in lost revenue over a decade. Your thoughts, sir?
So what Donald Trump is saying is that he will extend those tax deductions going forward, or he will
Yes.
He will remove those tax deductions.
No, he'll extend it. So he'll make sure that these corporations and billionaires and people with privately held companies are able to continue the benefits that he orchestrated back in 2017. And I can attest to the fact that when he was in office, the company that I was working for had additional income to spend on hiring and to give raises because of these tax cuts. So the moment you start removing it, that's the moment where people weren't hiring, people weren't giving out bonuses. Sadly, because of COVID, that really sparked companies' decision making to go ahead and do that. But it looks like the provisions are still there. So imagine if they go away, folks. That means there's going to be a continued tightening of the budget within a lot of the companies that we work for, and it's going to be harder on entrepreneurs. So, I mean, politics aside, is Trump, based upon this article information, is he what's best for the economy moving forward into the future?
Well, I don't think you can put politics aside. I think it's a tactic to get to the media first to help him win, which is smart. Because if Biden is reelected, he'll probably do the exact same thing. And the reason why I say that is because every big hedge fund, private equity fund, every LLC, single owner LLC, it's all pass-through income. So in order for you to gain favor, it would behoove you to keep that benefit in place. So if Donald Trump didn't announce that he was going to do it, I think Biden would have also. And I think this is where they're both bipartisanly opportunistic. Either one would have done the same thing. If not, it's just a disaster. It's a well thought out policy. So
yeah, if you really have to dig into what these guys have done to see if they're actually affecting our livelihoods. It's like with Trump, those tax cuts helped us because then these companies and wealthy people and people who have businesses were able to hire, they were able to give bonuses. Trump making it a $0 penalty for not having ACA coverage, healthcare coverage the whole year, getting rid of those penalties and making it $0 saved us a lot of money, because the Obamacare, when it was first instituted, was a disaster and cost a lot of people money when they were filing their taxes. Then you look at Biden and how he has used the Consumer Protection Agency to limit the amount of money that credit card companies can charge you on late fees. Those little things add up. And then now Biden is proposing to cancel the interest on millions of people's student loan debt. So but you have to dig for this stuff and cut through all the big hoopla to see who is really impacting us on a molecular level that leads to big gains. Next up, I have a question for you, sir. What is the greatest entrepreneur movie of all time, in your opinion?
So you want to know what do I think the greatest entrepreneurial movie of all time is?
Yes, like every entrepreneur should see this movie. It's got everything. It's got a great story, but it has tangible things to learn and absorb in order for you to be the best entrepreneur possible. The Rocky of entrepreneurial movies.
I got to tell you, hands down, the best movie for entrepreneurs that you want to watch. Sing. It's not even. It's a kid's movie.
My God!
The greatest entrepreneurial movie of all time. Sing.
Wow.
Buster Moon at the forefront.
Buster Moon
as the lead business owner, entrepreneur, doing his thing. This guy was in development. He was in production. He was in entertainment. You name it. He was hiring folks. He didn't have any money to hire folks. He still had them on there. He convinced everybody to work together. And
he had one employee. The lizard lady.
If you want the quintessential Trevor Blake archetype, and Trevor Blake wrote a book. That's very, very good book. You have to show it on the screen eventually, but yeah, I'd say Sing is number one on the top of my head, best entrepreneurial movie of all time, and it's not even human beings in the movie.
Sing is great. Yeah, I agree. The amount of
the second though, this is a close second. There was a movie, I think it was The Boy Who Harnessed the Wind. Have you seen that?
Yeah, I didn't take that as a business movie, but
absolutely. If you want somebody who wants to develop alternative energy technology, something, I mean, he saved his entire city by creating a resource that wasn't available with scrap, with garbage, and was able to create.
That was a hard movie to watch. I wasn't in the business mindset watching that movie. I was just like, oh my God, like I hope this boy is successful, because this is a family that's dying.
The Boy Who Harnessed the Wind, you see firsthand rejection in his face from his own father, from his tribe, from his friends, and he didn't care. He was relentless. Over and over again, he kept telling his father, look, I just need you to just trust me. Let me do my thing. And the father fought him the whole time. He didn't want to take over. He didn't want to let go of the reins. And that kid, he went and studied, he researched, he was in the library, he couldn't afford to be there, and he still found a way. He was negotiating every move that he made. He was staying safe in a dangerous place, and he put it all together. He was a creative genius. He's an artist, man, as a true entrepreneur. And that was a true story.
Yeah, he had to source all the materials. He had to get a little crew. Eventually, the crew just kind of gave up on him. Yeah, you're right. Yep. That is pretty solid. Well, let me give you the top 5 according to Fundera by NerdWallet. They have a list of the 20 best entrepreneur movies of all time, but I'll give you the top 5. Number 1, The Social Network. I mean,
that's terrible.
This is just to me, that's just a suck up to Facebook. Number 2, Jerry Maguire.
Jerry Maguire. Okay, you're in a sales space there. Maybe an agency movie, but definitely not top 5.
Number 3, Joy, which was a movie.
Ooh, that was my number 3.
Jennifer Lawrence.
I love the movie Joy. That was an incredibly amazing film that was under the radar, and it still is. People have no idea what it's about. It's incredible. Talk about family wealth dynamics, being committed to your brand, not selling your integrity, fighting oppression at the same time. That was a great film. Absolutely.
Number 4, Wall Street. That's typical.
Yeah,
Wall Street. Yeah, it's a typical top 5, top 10 business movie. And then number 5, The Devil Wears Prada. I never actually saw this.
The Devil Wears Prada was an interesting film. It applied more, though, towards the advertising boom.
Yeah.
Got to be careful with that one. But top 5, I'd be hard pressed. But those are some good selections. If you're going to watch something about something, those are some good movies. I would agree. But to me, Sing is number 1. I don't know how they missed that.
Well, I see a theme with your top 2 movies. It's you like these movies where the character is relentless in their pursuit of trying to accomplish this goal. So what I take from that is it takes a relentless pursuit to finally to achieve your goals and your dreams in entrepreneurship.
It does. To see the failures on camera is what you got to see, because you're going to face them. And they're tough. I still going through those every single day. Everybody does. It's very difficult.
Well, how about we'll end this with, there's probably a lot of people that maybe they're not fully ready to be entrepreneurs per se, but they're trying to scrape up some cash, or they're trying to start something like on the side and just have a little extra money. I think that's most of everyone. So with that being said, what is the fastest way right now, 2024, April of 2024, to scrounge up $200?
$200, the fastest way?
Yes, in 2024.
I would say, in my experience, well, that depends. Do you need $200 total, or do you need $200 in one shot?
The question is, you need to scrounge up $200. What's the fastest way to collect $200 to get $200 in 2024?
I would say if you're in a big city, find thrift stores and look for nice furniture pieces and then resell them. Also look for designer clothing in like resale shops and post them on Poshmark.com. Very good site for finding very good pieces, but you can also make a lot of money because you can dictate what the price is.
The furniture thing is interesting. Where would you sell the furniture, or how would you go about selling the furniture after buying it?
So I would sell it on either Facebook Marketplace or Craigslist.
You hear that, folks? The fastest way to get a quick 200, go down to these thrift shops, Goodwill, garage sales.
Yep.
And find yourself some furniture, maybe clean it up a little bit, and then resell it online, okay. Facebook Marketplace. Well, sir,
be able to find a consignment shop, touch it up a little bit.
Consignment shop too.
Put it in there.
Well, thank you so much for your time, Monty Shockley, the CEO and founder of Shockley Intellectual Capital, SIC Omaha, the Baron of Omaha. And again, our apologies to Matt Damon. We ran out of time.
Sorry, Matt.
Peace.
The Miles Pod.